You ever notice how life hits the hardest right before everything changes? That moment where you're worn out, beat down, and ready to throw your hands up. That's not the end. That's not the end. That's the indicator. That's the final round. That's how you know you're close. See, life's greatness ain't served on no silver platter. It's earned in the dark. It's built when nobody's clapping, nobody's watching, and you feel like quitting is the only option left. That moment, that low, lonely, painful moment, that's the doorway. And most people never get through it, not because they didn't have the talent, but because they didn't push one more time. Let me tell you something most people never hear when they're in the middle of it. That moment you feel like it's all falling apart. It's the exact moment when everything is starting to come together. See, the breaking point ain't the end. It just feels like it. It's that dark corner of life where your hope is bruised, your strength is gone, and your dreams feel like they're hanging on by a thread. You sit there asking, oh, why is this happening to me? But I'll tell you something. The breaking point is often the turning point. That's the moment when the version of you that can't carry your future begins to break down, so the stronger version of you can break through. You don't grow in comfort. You don't evolve when things are easy. Nah, you grow when your back is against the wall, when you're out of answers, out of options, and you still choose to stand. You grow when life says, you can't go any further, and you answer back with, watch me. That's the turning point. Let's be real, breaking doesn't feel good. It's painful. It's painful. It's confusing. But you've got to understand something. Just because you're breaking doesn't mean you're broken. You're not being destroyed. You're being developed. You're being pushed, not punished. You ever notice how diamonds are made? They don't form in softness. They don't grow in comfort. They're forged under extreme pressure. That's what gives them value. That's what gives them shine. And you? Yes, you have that same shine in you. But to get to it, life's got to squeeze out the fear, the doubt, the excuses, all the things keeping you small. Most people turn back when they feel the pressure. They say it's too hard and they fold. But the people who make it, the ones who turn their pain into purpose, they lean in, they push harder. They understand that the darkness always comes before the dawn. Let me be clear. In the moment you feel like giving up, like you can't go another step, that is the signal. That's the alarm going off in your soul saying, don't stop now. You're almost there. You didn't come this far to quit. You didn't survive everything you've survived just to collapse right before your breakthrough. You didn't walk through fire just to walk away from your future. Your breaking point is sacred. It's a signpost, a spiritual GPS rerouting you from where you thought you were going to where you need to be, but only if you keep moving. So the next time you're at your lowest, he's too heavy. When you're exhausted from fighting battles nobody even knows about, remind yourself of this. It's hard right now because something great is on the other side of this. And that turning point, it's waiting on the other side of your decision not to give up. Don't you dare stop. You're closer than you think. Everybody wants to win, but nobody wants to struggle. We want the success, but we don't want the process. But here's the truth. Struggle is part of the strategy. Life doesn't just hand out greatness like candy. It builds you for it through resistance. When you're going through it, the rejection, the setbacks, the losses, it's easy to feel like life is unfair. You start asking, why me? But what you've got to realize is this. Life isn't trying to destroy you, it's shaping you. It's molding you into someone who can handle what you've been praying for. You want the blessing, but are you prepared for the weight of it? You want the breakthrough, but can you hold the responsibility that comes with it? See, the struggle ain't random. It's training. And you're in the gym of life. son. You ever go to the gym and lift weights? That resistance, that struggle is what builds strength. If the weights didn't push against you, your muscles wouldn't grow. It's the same with your soul. The pressure you feel right now, it's not punishment, it's preparation. But most folks misunderstand the struggle. They think it's a curse, when really it's the classroom. That pain is teaching you lessons comfort never could. You learn how to get back up. You learn how to trust yourself. You learn how to move even when you're scared. You build grit, and that grit is what's going to carry you when talent runs out and motivation fades. Let me break it down for you. Every delay, every heartbreak, every door that slammed in your face, it wasn't to stop you. It was to redirect you. Because you were aiming too low. You were settling the and God said, no, I got something better. But to get it, you had to get stronger. You had to become more. That job you lost, it wasn't your final destination. That relationship that ended, it didn't break you. It revealed who you really were. Every storm you faced wasn't meant to drown you. It was meant to wash away the weak parts of you so the powerful parts could rise up. And let me tell you, when you come out on the other side of that struggle, you don't come out empty-handed. You come out with wisdom. You come out with resilience. You come out with resilience. You come out with vision. Now, you don't just want things. Now you value them. Now you're not chasing applause. You're chasing purpose. The struggle has a strategy. And if you're in the middle of it right now, don't waste it. Pay attention to what it's teaching you. You're not stuck. You're being prepared. So hold your head up. Wipe your tears. Square your shoulders. Because what you're going through ain't the end. It's the training ground for something greater. Something you don't even see yet. But when it shows up, you'll be ready. And you'll look back at that struggle and thank it. Let me tell you one of the hardest truths you'll ever hear. Most people never get to see how great their life could have been because they quit too soon. They walk away 5 minutes before the miracle. They throw in the towel 1 chapter before the breakthrough. And you know why? Because pain is loud. Fear is convincing. And comfort will always whisper, you've done enough. It's okay to stop here. But let me ask you, what if you had just held on a little longer? What if the very next door was the one that opened wide? What if the very next conversation, the very next try, the very next prayer was the moment everything changed? But you'll never know if you quit. You see, quitting is easy. It's always available. It doesn't require strength. It doesn't require faith. It only requires that you stop believing in yourself. And the world will try to make quitting feel reasonable. It'll throw you enough setbacks to make walking away look smart. But smart don't always mean right. There's something powerful about pushing through when everything inside you says stop. Because that's where greatness lives. That's where the people who make it separate themselves from the people who almost did. Look, you ain't the only one who's tired. You're not the only one who feels invisible, overlooked, frustrated. You're not the only one who's worked hard and still got knocked down. But here's what separates you from the rest. You keep going anyway. See, the finish line ain't just for the fastest. It's for the ones who don't stop running, even when their legs hurt, even when the crowd walks away, even when it's raining, even when it's quiet, even when it feels like no one's watching. That's how you win, by refusing to quit. And let me say this loud and clear. The closer you are to the breakthrough, the harder it's gonna get. Life has a funny way of testing your commitment right before it delivers your reward. It'll get so dark, so heavy, so lonely, you'll start to wonder if it was all just a dream. That's not the time to quit. That's the time to dig in. Because if you quit now, you don't just lose the battle, you lose the lesson, you lose the strength, you lose the you that only pain could build. And worst of all, you lose the testimony that was about to inspire someone else who's coming up behind you. So no, don't quit. Not now. Not after everything you've survived. You've made it through too much to stop before you see what it was all for. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to keep showing up. One more day, one more try. One more yes when everything says a no. And when it finally happens, when the door opens, when the breakthrough shows up, when the dream becomes real, you'll realize it was always coming. You just had to outlast the storm. You ever notice how pressure brings things to the surface? You squeeze an orange, you get juice. You shake a bottle of soda, it explodes. Same thing with life, when pressure hits you. And I mean real pressure, the kind that makes you question everything. It doesn't just crush you, it reveals you. See, most people think pressure is a sign something's gone wrong. They panic, they break down, they run away. But what if the pressure you're under right now is actually the doorway to your purpose? Diamonds don't form without pressure. Gold doesn't get pure without fire. And you won't grow into your calling without trials. That tough season you're in, it's not here to destroy you. It's here to expose what's been inside you the whole time. You might be thinking, but I can't take this. Let me tell you something. You don't even know how strong you are until life demands more from you than you thought you had. You don't know how deep your faith is until it's the only thing holding you together. You don't know how powerful your voice is until pain forces you to speak up. The pressure you're feeling, that's not punishment, that's potential being activated. Some of the most gifted, most impactful, most powerful people you'll ever meet didn't discover their purpose in times of comfort. No, they discovered it in heartbreak, in rock bottom, in rejection, in disappointment. Because pressure strips away the extra, it removes the distractions. It silences the noise, and all you're left with is who you really are, and why you're really here. Purpose ain't found on a beach sipping drinks. It's found in the silence after the storm. It's found when you're too tired to keep going, but somehow take one more step anyway. It's found in the moment you decide, I may be hurting, but I'm not quitting. That's when you start to see it. The strength you didn't know you had, the vision you didn't know you could carry, the influence you didn't know you were building, the purpose that was always inside of you. It just needed pressure to rise to the surface. Now listen to me. I'm not saying the pain is easy. I'm not saying the weight you're carrying isn't real. But I'm saying this, you're not under pressure for nothing. There's something in you that life is trying to pull out. Maybe it's your voice, maybe it's your gift, maybe it's your leadership, maybe it's your story. But I promise you, if you don't fold, if you don't run, if you lean into it, that pressure will turn into power. And that's when it gets beautiful. That's when you wake up one day and realize the pain didn't break you, it built you. It didn't end you, it awakened you. It didn't push you away from your dream, it pulled you into your destiny. So if you're feeling the heat right now, don't ask, oh, why me? Start asking, oh, what's trying to rise in me? Because pressure doesn't come to people with no purpose. It comes to those who are chosen to carry something bigger than themselves. And baby, you've been chosen. Let me tell you something real. Endurance ain't pretty. It's not exciting. It doesn't get applause. Nobody's clapping when you're fighting silent battles, smiling through tears, showing up with a broken heart and still refusing to quit. But endurance, that's what separates winners from wishers. When life hits you, your endurance is the answer. Not your talent, not your education, not who you know, but your ability to stay in it when every part of you wants to run. See, everybody wants to dream, but not everybody wants to grind. They want the platform, but not the pressure. The blessing, but not the burden. But the truth is, if you can't handle the weight, you can't carry the wind. That season you're walking through right now, the struggle, the silence, the waiting, it's not pointless. It's proving you. God doesn't give elevation without preparation. And preparation comes through pressure. It comes through delay. It comes through disappointment. That's where your character gets built. That's where your vision gets sharp. That's where your heart gets right. Because endurance ain't just about how long you can last. It's about who you become while you wait. You might be thinking, but I'm tired. I get it. You might be saying, I don't see anything changing. I hear you. But let me ask you, have you ever noticed that the night is darkest right before the sun comes up? That right when you're about to break down, something inside starts to break through. That's not a coincidence. That's confirmation. Endurance is the universe's way of checking. Are you really ready? Because the next level won't just require your dream, it'll require your discipline. It'll demand your resilience. It'll need the version of you that pain shaped, that failure humbled, and that struggle refined. So every time you show up tired, doubting, scared, but you still move forward, that's you telling life, I'm ready. Every time you pray and don't get an answer, but you keep believing anyway, that's you telling God, I trust you. Every time you get knocked down and get back up, that's not weakness. That's proof you're prepared. Brahi, let me make it plain. If you're enduring right now, you're not behind. You're being positioned. That situation that feels like it's holding you back, it's setting you up. That delay that feels like punishment, it's preparation. And your endurance, the fact that you're still standing, still fighting, still believing, that's your evidence. See, storms come to shake you, but if they can't break you, you've already won. The real battle's internal. Can you stay faithful even when it's not fun? Can you keep showing up even when it's not working yet? Because if you can, if you do, the moment is coming where everything shifts. And when that moment comes, it won't just be a win. It'll be a reminder of what you survived, a symbol of how far you came, a reward for the strength you didn't even know you had. So don't quit now. Your endurance isn't for nothing. It's the receipt for your next blessing. Let me leave you with this. Life ain't gonna hand you greatness wrapped in a silver bowl. No, it's gonna test you first. It's gonna stretch you, bend you, and sometimes feel like it's about to break you. But the pain, the pressure, the problems, they're not here to stop you. They're here to shape you. Every breakthrough is on the other side of not giving up. So if it's hard right now, good. That means you're close. That means the enemy is nervous. That means something great is right around the corner, and life is just checking to see if you're ready to receive it. Don't run from the hard. Embrace it. Learn from it. Grow through it. Because when you come out on the other side, and you will, you're not just going to walk into your blessing. You're going to walk into it with strength, with wisdom, and with a story that proves you earned it. So keep your head up, keep your faith strong, and keep walking. Faith strong and keep walking. The weight may feel heavy, but your victory is even bigger. And when it finally arrives, and it will, you'll look back and say, that pain didn't stop me, it prepared me. Keep going, it's hard right before it gets great.